Good evening, traders. It's Mark here from Day Trading Room. Time is coming up to 7:45 in the evening, London time. It's on a Sunday evening. Hope you've all had a great weekend. Um, Title of this video is "Stopped Out at the Low." Um, so I'm going to talk about that particular trade. But let's start off on a positive note. A positive note was Thursday for me was an absolute fantastic day. Um, just in tune with the ebbs and flows. Was finished trading by just after 3 o'clock, so 30-40 minutes of trading for me. And just one of those days where you just everything seemed you just seemed to be in tune with every pulse of the market, every candle, the tape just seemed to roll exactly where I wanted it. And by just say after 3 o'clock, I just felt so good about the trade that this is a warning sign for me. I think I mentioned in the last video about an emotional thermometer. I just felt so great that I've been in tune with it that I had to call it a day. I had to call it a day. I didn't want to give that back. So just to quickly talk about them, don't want to go over them. Don't really need to. It was just good stuff. Get the drawing pen out anyway. Yeah, a little short here. I felt like the luckiest trader on Thursday because I shorted probably 3 or 4 seconds before we got this drop. Just covered into the drop instantly. Just if that comes, then I'm not going to look a gift horse in the mouth. Um, and again, uh, this was a little bit. It didn't work out perfect, but it was a great trade. Took the double bottom here. Scaled out half. Decided to keep half, thinking that we're going to push back up. Kept half down through here, and because I've only got half on. I did give it that more room and give myself room to add to the position, considering the entry was pretty good on the low here. So it's still, even when we're down here, it's still a flat trade if you like, and I'm still looking for an entry. It went a little bit lower than I expected. I didn't expect to have this candle here, but I'm still comfortable with the position. Added another batch here to take up to the full size with a standard stop on that. Then we just rolled up nicely and just took it all out on here. Um, should have held it for my target, but it didn't. I think because it went against me, I'm more keen to. I don't let very many trades go against me. But if I've got half a position, then I've got obviously double the stop to work within. And often, just to talk through this quickly, if this wasn't that sort of trade, actually, this trade I took off half on the first impulse and half left. But if I'm getting this sort of trade where I'm selling a pullback, for example, I will use half, allowing myself another half, giving myself a twice as wide stop. Um, Often I'll never get on the second half. It will roll over, which is so fine by me. But sometimes you need to give it a bit of a wider stop. Sometimes you need to give the market room to breathe, but still within your risk parameter. So if I've got half position, I allow myself double the stop distance. So yeah, that was fantastic. And the final trade here again, as I say, I felt a bit of luck on my side. Uh, or great tape reading, whatever you want to look at it. That one there rolled over in a few seconds of me getting short, and this one here, literally was watching this after I was come out, push up. I thought nice and strong. Has it got room to push up here? Yeah, of course it has. Of course it has. Um, Obviously, being the day before non-farm, I half expected it to be in a sort of range. Anyway, literally again 5 or 6 seconds before that pop. Um, yeah, I took the long, great entry and just popped nicely for me. Took it all out, and just felt so pleased for the day. Great trades. I can't ask for more. Can't ask for more. Didn't get involved in all this. Maybe some of you guys got this. This was nice in the window of the quarter past five window. A bit of divergence down ticks, low push, and then a nice counter trend push up. So yeah, great day on Thursday. Absolutely great day. Let's talk about Friday now, non-farm payroll day. Where are we? I wanted to talk about the. This is it here. This is the. Just make sure we're all in shot here. We can see that. That's the non-farm payroll data. Obviously, serious spike lower, 100 point or so spike lower. I love these sort of setups. We haven't got these. We haven't had these for a while. It's the first pullback after a reprice. I call that a reprice, looking for the short. Mistimed it a little bit. I think it was 22, around the 20. Added again. It wasn't far off that high actually. As I say, half size because I'm looking, as I just explained. I'm prepared to give that a bit more room because the trade's still valid. There's some trades where you can't give more room because they aren't valid. But some trades like this would have still been a valid short up here. So you've got to try and judge your entry, but at the same time, you've got to give it a bit of room. And the only way I will give stuff room is if my size is reduced accordingly. I'm not taking on more risk on the trade. I'm just reducing my size and then adding to the trade within certain parameters. But as I say, that's quite rare for me. That you don't often, you probably haven't seen me talk about that very much often. Maybe once or twice about adding to trades. It's not a thing I'll do that much. But when time calls for it, then as long as your risk is still managed with the half size or quarter size or whatever, then that's fine. Obviously. Now that perfectly. The first entry was a little bit early, not too bad though. Took a bit of heat, but as it rolled over again, nice quantifiable risk just above that high, and it rolled over. This was a little bit frustrating. Well, it wasn't really much of a problem to be honest. It was a nice lot of ticks in the bag there. Was hoping this was just going to absolutely fall through the floor. When we got this wick and it pulled back, I wasn't hanging around with that. I just took it all out. I thought, oh, that's double bottom. Smells like a double bottom that when you get that sort of wick. Pre-market, especially after such a large reprice. It did subsequently roll over, but sorry, that strength there, I decided to take a long. And I actually took a long here. Can't quite see the blue arrow at 92, I think it was, and I got stopped out. 82. The low of that day, of the whole day, actually, of the whole week was, yep, you got it, 82. So now, why did I put my stop at 82? Well, there's no way I'm adding to a counter trend trade like that, because if it's going to fall through the floor, you do not want to be in it. And the last low we had, what was the last low? 94. I bought to 92. So just as we poked under, I thought, okay, that's a double bottom, and I'm going to give that 10 to 12, 15 maybe. But because of the nature of the move, I'm just giving it 10 ticks. And came down 83, popped a little bit, came down 82, stopped out. I think there was only, this. I think I was probably most of the contracts traded down there. I think there were 11 or 12 contracts traded down there. So, most of those are mine. Am I annoyed about it at the time? Of course, I got stopped out the low. My premise was okay. I'd have had to sit through stuff, but I would have got 10 out of it. But does it bother me? No, it doesn't, because it means absolutely nothing to me. Do I care I got stopped out of the low now? No. Do I care that I'm the one who put that low print in? No. I don't care, because that's what happens when you're trading. That's what trading's about. I'm managing my risk. It just happened that I got caught out and I got stopped out of the low tick. Does it affect the day? No. It was still a nice profitable day. Is it going to affect me? No, it's not. I'm not going to allow it to affect me. A lot of new traders are here. You get stopped out the highs and lows. You're managing risk. That's the most important thing. That could have just fallen through the floor and been a 30, 40 point loser if I hadn't managed the risk. I've got to put the risk somewhere, and the premise was okay. I just was a little bit. Didn't give it enough room, or I didn't quite get the entry right. However you want to look at it, but that's trading. That's trading, folks. You're going to have losing trades. You're going to have winning trades. You're going to get stopped at highs. You're going to get stopped at lows, especially if you're taking counter trend type trades that I like to do. I like to take those counter trend trades, and sometimes you're going to mistime them. You're going to mistime them, and you're going to get stopped out. And that is the nature of the game. It's the nature of the game. Now, I'm having a fantastic run in trading. I cannot remember the last losing day, but do I take it for granted? I don't take it for granted. Every day I'm still thankful and grateful. I still put in the effort. I still put in the hard work. I still remember to manage my risk. I still respect the market fully. I still know that it can just bite your hand off if you're not managing your risk. And because I give it that respect, and because every day I come in with a fresh approach to the market, and I'm reviewing the same things and putting in the same effort, I'm rewarded, and so far so good. Am I going to have a losing day? You bet you. There's going to be one coming up. Is it going to bother me? No. It's not going to bother me at all. But while I'm having this run, I will just keep trading. I will keep trading the same when I have the losing day. You know, and as I say, as I'm still trading the same when I get stopped out at a low. Um, the trading is not about being right or wrong. It's not about an ego. It's just about doing the right thing. And the right thing for me there was to have a stop at that point. At that point in time for me during that trade. Hindsight, yeah, awful stop out, but that's the way it is. So that was that. That was that. I've just talked through the rest of the trades. Um, just couldn't quite get in tune with this. This was all very, very choppy. Um, all the reads were okay. I thought, after that overnight pre-market push, and we didn't start pushing to new lows, and 230 is the open, which is here. I just thought there'd be a counter trend push. I thought they might get a push lower, but I just wanted to get on a counter trend push, and so it took a long, not far off the open. Just when I saw that sellers weren't pounding it from the opening print, was here. Didn't see sellers absolutely pounding it. So that makes me think, okay, have they run out? Who's left to sell now? Counter trend trade. Took a long, beautiful, beautiful entry. I think it was at 96 or 94, something like that. Great entry. Went nicely in my direction. I just wanted to hold this. This was the trade I thought, okay, well, I'll look to hold this trade. I want to sort of try and get a counter trend 15 to 30 minute move out of it. And it was looking okay, and it pulled back a little bit. But this candle here just did this shudder downwards, just out of nowhere. Really, it was quite quick. You can see the volume on it. It just caught a few out, and it just took me out, just pinged me out of the trade. I thought, oh, I know that the trade was only going to be short term, so I was aware. I didn't want to be caught on a downdraft. I was looking for that counter trend chug, if you like, and I was trying to hold on to that as long as possible. When I saw that downdraft and that wick, I just ditched it. So that was just a scratch. Got a couple of ticks profit. Um, then again, I'm starting to look for the short. Then now, thinking, okay, that might be the lot. This counter trend move very, very dirty. Look at all these wicks. Look at these candles, red, green, few. It wasn't clean. The angle wasn't good. Anyway, when we put this double top in here, I thought I'd have a little nibble. Went my way for a little bit, popped back up, and I just thought, this isn't working out. I pulled my stop a little bit too tight to break even quite quickly. I didn't think I got my 10. I didn't quite get my 10. That was it. Pulled my stop to just about break even. Just got pinged out on that little wick there, or tail. Actually, no, it's a wick, isn't it? That one's a tail back there. So another scratch trade for me. But day was still profitable. I had a great trade earlier on that reprice data. Gave some back on that stop out, that 10 tick stop out. A few little scratch trades. Yeah, and then just thought, okay, I'll call it a day. Call it a day. And leave it at that. Leave it at that. Obviously not in tune with it. The market was a little bit grindy, a little bit choppy. Yeah, so I didn't get involved in any of this stuff. Even though we did push up, that was a nice little short there, back to that range, and then down. There were plenty of opportunities, but I just didn't trade them. Obviously, weekend coming up as well. That I like to end on a good note, even though it was a couple of scratch trades, profitable day still. So happy to end that, and that's that. But yeah, so that's my last few days really. Great, can't really complain. Stopped out of the low, so what? It happens. But I just wanted to talk about that really, and say that it's going to happen. It's going to happen. Don't let it affect you. And the run I'm having, a couple of people have said on the email, well, what's happened to you? Where's your losing days? And when it comes, it'll be on the blog. When it comes, it'll be on the blog. You see my losing trades. You see how I manage my risk. Touching wood here that my run is going to keep going. But I'm managing risk, and you can see I'm also being in tune in my emotions. When I feel not right, I'll back off the day. I'll end the day on a slight gain, or this is. But that's just the way it is. That's trading, and I've been doing it a while. And I know what are my weak spots, or what are my weak points and good points in trading, and strengths and weaknesses, and play to my strengths. And when my weaknesses creep in, I back off, because I know that those things can do damage to my trading. So just back off and just walk away from the game, or reduce the size, or whatever. So yeah, that's all I've got for you guys. I hope you had a fantastic week. I hope you've managed your risk, which is the number one thing. I hope you made some great trades. I hope you're improving. We're all improving, and that's all what we're trying to do. We're just trying to get better and better every day. Um, so yeah, I hope you enjoyed your weekend as well, and let's look forward to a fantastic week next week. I don't think we've got much data the first few days, but we'll see what happens. We're in interesting levels. We've had some great action last couple of weeks, so let's hope that can continue for the next few weeks. So good trading, guys. As always, please manage your risk. Feel free, email, send me if you'd like to, mark at thedaytradingroom.com. And we'll talk about rescheduling that webinar at some point in the future. I haven't forgotten. I've lost my trial has expired on the go-to webinar thing, so I'll have to set up another email address and get that sorted. But that's no problem. We'll get that done hopefully next week or so. We'll see. So good trading, guys. Manage your risk. I should be back with another video at some point next week. Goodbye.